in 480 BCE, a narrow mountain pass in Greece became the stage for one of the most misunderstood battles in history. The Battle of Thermopylae is often remembered as a heroic last stand of 300 Spartans against an unstoppable Persian army. But the real story is far more complex, more strategic, and far more important than legend suggests. At the start of the 5th century BCE, the Achaemenid Persian Empire was the largest empire the world had ever known. It stretched from the Indus Valley to Egypt and was ruled by King Xerxes I, the son of Darius the Great. Persia had already attempted to conquer Greece once before, and had suffered a humiliating defeat at the Battle of Marathon in 490 BCE. Xerxes was determined not only to avenge that loss, but to bring all of Greece under Persian control. In 480 BCE, Xerxes launched a massive invasion by both land and sea. Ancient sources describe the Persian army as numbering in the millions, but modern historians estimate the force more realistically, at between 70,000 and 300,000 troops. Even at the lower estimate, Persia vastly outnumbered the divided Greek city-states. Many Greek cities submitted without resistance, while others argued over whether fighting was even possible. A defensive alliance eventually formed, led by Sparta on land and Athens at sea. The Greeks understood that they could not defeat Persia in open battle. Instead, they chose to reign carefully. Their strategy was to block the Persian advance at a narrow coastal pass known as Thermopylae, meaning the hot gates, named for the nearby sulfur springs. At certain points, the pass was only a few meters wide, neutralizing Persia's advantage in numbers. The Greek land forces were led by King Leonidas I of Sparta. Contrary to popular myth, Leonidas did not arrive with only 300 men. The total Greek force numbered around 7,000 soldiers from multiple city-states, including Spartans, Thespians, Thebans, Corinthians, and Arcadians. The 300 Spartans were Leonidas's personal bodyguard, elite, fully trained hoplites chosen to accompany him on what was expected to be a dangerous mission. Sparta was observing a major religious festival at the time, which legally restricted the deployment of its full army. Leonidas understood that his role was not to win the war, but to delay the Persian advance. By holding Thermopylae, the Greeks could buy time for their navy to confront the Persians at sea near Artemisium and allow other Greek cities to prepare for the coming invasion. When the battle began, Xerxes expected a quick victory. Instead, for 2 full days, Persian attacks failed. Greek hoplites fought in tight phalanx formations, using long spears, heavy shields, and bronze armor. Persian troops were lightly armored and accustomed to fighting in open terrain. Even the elite Persian unit known as the Immortals could not break through the Greek line. According to ancient accounts, Xerxes watched in disbelief as his forces suffered repeated losses. The battle turned not through strength, but through betrayal. A local Greek named Ephialtes of Trachis revealed a hidden mountain path to the Persians. Under cover of night, Persian troops used this route to move behind the Greek position, threatening to encircle them. When Leonidas learned of this development, he made a critical decision. Most of the Greek forces were dismissed and ordered to withdraw. Leonidas remained behind with his 300 Spartans, approximately 700 Thespians who refused to leave, and around 400 Thebans, some of whom may have been held as hostages. They knew they would not survive. At dawn on the 3rd day, the final battle began. Leonidas was killed early in the fighting. The remaining Greeks fought fiercely, first with spears, then with swords, and finally with their bare hands. By the end, nearly all were dead. Thermopylae was a complete tactical defeat for Greece. Yet strategically, the stand achieved its purpose. The Persian advance was delayed. Greek morale was strengthened. The story of resistance spread across Greece, encouraging unity instead of surrender. Later that same year, the Greek navy destroyed the Persian fleet at the Battle of Salamis. The following year, Persian land forces were decisively defeated at the Battle of Plataea, ending the invasion. Thermopylae mattered not because the Greeks won, but because they chose to resist when defeat seemed inevitable. It became a symbol of sacrifice, discipline, and strategic courage. By preserving Greek independence, these events helped shape the future of democracy, philosophy, and Western political thought. The Battle of Thermopylae was not a legend of invincible warriors. It was a calculated sacrifice made by real people, buying time at the cost of their lives. They did not stop the Persian Empire at the Hot Gates, but they helped stop it from conquering Greece, and that is why Thermopylae is remembered not as a victory, but as one of the most meaningful defeats in history.